Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking Love After Lockup, Love During Lockup, Season 4, Episode 48. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. All right now peeps, so as you know, I've been gone for a while. I have COVID. Today is the first day that I've actually felt good enough that I can actually talk. You know, I've had the sore throat, I've had the fever, I've had the body aches, all of that stuff. So I'm feeling a little bit better today. So I figured watch all the programs, make these videos, and talk to the peeps. So let's get into it. So this episode starts off with Renika and Asante, and I first would like to say that I am sorry for the loss of Asante. According to different media outlets, including Starcasm, we found out that Asante passed away. It looks like he was in some sort of head-on collision and he collided with another vehicle. They're saying that he was in a police chase. All I can say is that I am truly sorry for his loss. I'm sorry to his family, his friends. I know that he had a pregnant girlfriend. She's 5 months along, and I am so sorry for her loss, as well as other passengers involved in the incident, and for Renika's loss. She did post something on her social media saying, "We always beefing, and I ain't never put my pride aside, but he know I'ma be on his ass. May your soul rest in peace, Jawap." I guess I'm saying that right. I'm probably saying it wrong. "I will always love you more than any woman that steps on this earth. And I mean that from the bottom of my soul. Rest in peace." I'm truly sorry for his loss, and I'm sorry to his family. I think that he has other children as well, and they are in my thoughts and prayers. It was difficult watching the episode with him in it, knowing that he is no longer here with us, and also knowing that they have another season of Love After Lockup that we're going to be watching him on, and I feel bad for everybody involved. So getting into this episode, Renika, she is still worried about her man. She is out in these streets. She says she's about to get back into this car, and she is going to continue with her plan because she's going to be there for her man. She's been down for him for 13 months and nobody else has that she knows of. So she is going to continue on. She's going to go to the hotel, spend the night, get up early in the morning, get cute, and go find her man. And I noticed that the back window on the driver's side is out. There's a plastic bag covering it up. And I thought, what kind of good, microphones do they have in that car that keeps the air out? I'm just saying, that was interesting. She doesn't believe that he's been released. She thinks that the prisons have really just screwed up the records. Well, the next morning comes and she gets dressed up. She puts on her makeup and her little romper. She pulls back her edges on her wig and gives herself a little ponytail in the back, and she heads off to the prison. Now, when she gets to the jail, she does realize that this jail is real small. It's tiny, And she says it reminds her of something from Little House on the Prairie. And I said it does give the Mayberry vibe, That was from the Andy Griffith Show. But still, little Mayberry vibe. Then she goes in and she goes to the window and asks for Asante. And I thought that was weird because throughout the show, whenever she's talking to someone from jail, she usually says Lacentris, but this time she just said Ashante. So I have no idea. Maybe she figured because it was such a small place that they would just know him by that name. I have no idea. Anyway, she gets an attitude when the lady tells her that it's going to be about an hour. She didn't see him in the system, but it's possible in an hour when they start releasing prisoners that he will be released. And she gets an attitude, kind of smart-mouthed, and she storms out. And I'm thinking to myself, girl, are you seriously doing this? Are you seriously doing this? You have given that man $4,000 in 13 months of your time. You have packed your children up without thinking about their wants and needs and moved them across the damn country to Atlanta. And you plan on moving this grown-ass man that they don't know into the home with them. But you can't wait an hour? Sit down and shut the hell on up. That's what I thought. So a truck pulls up and Asante is in it. He calls her and, tells her that he had to get rid of his phone because he couldn't go from one prison to the next prison. They would find the phone, so he just left it at the prison. How did it get disconnected then? Did you call somebody and say, hey, call and disconnect this phone, and then you left it at the prison? I don't know. I don't care. Not even my business. Anyway, he's got an attitude talking about he doesn't know why she can't bail him out. They've been going together for all this time. He's stressed out. She's supposed to be his girl. Why come she just can't take care of it? Because she didn't do the crime. She shouldn't have to take care of it. She's got plastic on her window. Not only does she have plastic on her window, she can't afford it, clearly, or she would have called Safe Auto or somebody and had this window fixed. Boy, you play too damn much. Anyway, he gets on the phone and he calls somebody, and it sounds like he's calling one girl to bail him out, and because Renika is there, Renika's going to get the money from this girl unbeknownst to either party. So it sounds like he's got one girl paying the bill. Renika is going to give it to the people, and he's trying to keep both of them from knowing about each other. And he's got some guy who is the in-between. Something is clearly not right. And you know what? The thing that pisses me off so bad is that you can actually tell by him bringing up that it was stressed out that she was not paying his bail, is that is exactly what he intended. That's exactly what he wanted. He really wanted this girl to pay his bail. This is not going to work out well. I mean, we know, unfortunately, that he's passed away, but I can tell you that somebody else is in his life, and Renika has been used and played, and she's about to find that out. She should have left her daughters with her mom. I am so sorry, you guys. I'm going through coughs, sneezes, and a stuffy nose. Jade and Chris. Okay, so I can tell you right now, Jade and Chris are boring me. Honey, I feel like we have been on the longest road trip. It has been 3 episodes in a row, and all we have seen is Jade and her sister in the car. I'm sick of Jade and her sister in the car. And the way her sister's seat is all the way up and close to the steering wheel, and her sister's seat is all the way back and small. It's giving Monique and Derek, and it's just driving me crazy. And is it just me and my TV, or does it seem like Jade and her sister's makeup is super heavy? Her and her sister's makeup looks real crazy on my TV. Anyway, honey, they finally make it to the powwow. Jade is concerned. Honey, Chris really shook her up when he reinforced the fact that her name is not on a damn thing. Okay, she is seriously concerned that when he gets out of jail, if he decides to leave her, he is going to leave her with absolutely nothing. And girl, listen, if he leaves you with nothing, that's your own fault. You have been reaping the benefits of this man's money for over 5 years now. And if you haven't figured out a contingency plan, how to put a little shoebox money away, you haven't gone to school. I'm telling you, if I had a husband who was paying for everything for 5 years, there is no way that I would not have either gone to school or started a business, stack some money. There is no reason that I would not have a job and be out here doing my own thing, because Lord knows I want to always be independent. I don't want a man to take care of everything, and then when all of a sudden he decides, girl, I've had enough with you, then he just ups and goes. I would never want that in my life. Jade, if he leaves you with nothing, that's your own damn fault. Honey, after the powwow is over, we find out that they've had a good old time. Jessica has changed her mind. Chris is much nicer in person. You know, she says that she was always upset with him about the way he treated her sister and all the phone calls. But now that she's seen him and all of his prison inmates in jail, she knows that all they really have are those phone calls. Girl, you don't have to go meet the prisoners to realize that that's all they got when they're in jail is phone calls and letters. God, Jessica is a pain in the butt. She says she now feels sorry for prejudging him. Then they go and drive by the window where he likes to hang out and meet Jessica after they have their visits. And, he asked her, was she going to stay out of their business now? No. In my opinion, no. She is absolutely not going to stay out of y'all's business. She is definitely going to stay in it because that's where she wants to be. She is definitely invested in what goes on with Jade and Chris because I believe she is reaping the benefits of Chris's money. And she likes going over to swim in his pool at his house and to go on trips and to ride the off-road vehicles and the RV, all of that. She is enjoying all of that. So if he gets out of jail and takes all that from Jade, it's coming from Jessica as well. Every time we see Jade on here, she proves to me that she is a gold digger and Chris's family was right for not trusting her. She didn't even look serious when she said, Chris is going to be in my life forever. And her sister said, really? Nobody believes it. Nobody buys it. This relationship is not going to work. And I know one thing, Chris's mom is not going to let you have hardly anything when it's over. Andy and Brittany. Well, honey, listen, Brittany gets out in a couple days. And Andy is super excited. She tells him that when she gets out, it's on the day of her son's birthday and wanted to know if he would bake her son a cake. Has she seen Andy? I wouldn't want Andy baking me a damn thing. No, Andy. Go down to your local grocery store and just buy a cake. Okay? $28 and you could have a decent cake. You could write his name on it. Happy birthday, put a little balloons on it, everything. Him and his son decided to bake a little 3-layer cake and it was a mess. I'm just saying, it's the thought that counts. Then he meets up at a store, but on his way to the store, he talks to her and says, well, what do you need? And she says t-shirt, pants, and hats. And he said nothing else for later, like a little lingerie. And she bust out laughing. And he says, so that's a hard no, a hard pass. Hell yeah, it's a hard pass for all of us, Andy. We don't want those thoughts in our head. We really don't. Andy thought he was about to get lucky. And I have a feeling that Andy is going to be Chaz and Brittany is about to be Bronwyn. You're not getting no sex until you pressure her for it. Then we see Andy's friend again, who I cannot believe is supposedly a real cop, because I'm still perplexed as to why he would use his police computer and software to look this woman up. That has to be illegal when she's not in the middle of committing a crime and you're not arresting her. It was odd. And did anybody else notice that when he was standing in that store, his short crotch was completely wet, like he had just sat there and peed on himself in the middle of the store? Or somebody poured a drink down the front of his pants? I said, no, this is crazy. And he stood there holding a full conversation being recorded. What? Did anybody else see that? Please get in the comments and let me know. She asked him, are you the one who ran the background check on me? And he said, yes. And what concerns him about it is that she had all those different addresses where she was cohabitating with other people. She said she only lived in 3 different places, but I could have sworn when he pulled up that report, he said that she lived in like 4 or 6 different places with different dudes, which is none of their damn business in the first place. Andy says that he's got a little Brittany fund where every payday he puts money in the fund because he told her he was going to give her $1,200. She's going to be sitting at his house luxuriating while he's off at work and she's at the house focusing on her sobriety. Boy, you are a sucker. Okay, you are definitely about to be used. Definitely. His friend said, I don't know why you would be giving her money. I would never be giving her money, and she could leave you whenever she feels like it. She can just up and take your car while you're at work. Andy is out of his damn mind. Andy is thinking that he's about to get the sex. Nope. Letitia and Keith. Honey, listen, she is out here showing off this ring, talking about them bitches really gonna hate me now. She's showing off her ring, waving her hand around. I'ma be talking in sign language now so everybody can see this ring. You know, she thinks she is really doing something. Honey, listen, Aunt Marcia comes over to babysit the kids. She's showing off this ring. And it was weird because she was in the bathroom and the outfit she had on, I thought that was some sort of undergarment that she was going to put on, you know, an outfit over top of that. But she wore that out in public. And I said, oh, that's an outfit. I thought those shorts she had on was some kind of fancy Spanx, and then I thought that was just, you know, a little bra top that she was wearing, and she was gonna, you know, slide a nice dress or something over top. But no, she was out in the public in that outfit. But anyway, she was out in the public showing off that ring. Oh, look at my ring. That's $15,000 that she hadn't told her husband about. And then her husband gave her a call. And as soon as he got on that phone, he wore her ass out. He said, don't you have something you want to tell me? And she said, what? And he says, there's 15 G's missing from my account. And she said, well, who told you that? How did you know that? I thought I was the only one that have access to your statements. I haven't sent you your statements. Aunt Marcia is at the house and she's got access to the statements and to the kids. I'm sure she was asking many questions and letting him know everything about you. And he said, don't play with my money. I want my motherfucking money back. That's what he said. And she said, but I love it and it looks so nice on me. He said he didn't give a shit. He does not care. Don't play with him. Her husband is like a bill collector. He called up there with, he has zero rules. I want my money back. Don't play with him. That's all I can tell you, girl. He's in a supermax prison with El Chapo for a reason. And she doesn't know him outside of jail. You don't know what he could do or will do. You just don't play with people's money like that. Her and him, they had that conversation. He said 10,000 after he originally said 5,000. And then she whined and begged so much that he upped it to 10,000. And then you went over quite a bit and you didn't tell him about it. So, you know, I wouldn't want anybody playing around with my money either. And one thing also, if I had to go pick out my own damn ring and then put it on my own damn finger, I'm not going to be out and about. Look at my ring. Look at my ring. Girl, please. You went and picked that shit out yourself. Then you paid for it, spent more money than the man told you could spend, and then he cussed your ass out, told you don't play with him. I mean, no ma'am. No ma'am. She is really dancing around in the fuck around and find out category. Girl, you don't want them problems. Stay the hell away from Keith's bank account. I would laugh my butt off if he made her take that ring back. And then she made the comment that the ring cost more than her car, but we saw her in a Benz. So I'm thinking, where'd you get a Benz that was less than this ring? And was that a rental car? I don't know what the hell is going on, but I tell you what I do know. Don't fuck with that man's money. Because, girl, you could end up missing. That's all I'm saying. Brittany and Key-Rock. Oh, God, I'm tired of this. You know what? WeTV, you guys are dropping the ball here. I really think that you guys need to step in at this point. I think that Brittany is a really sweet girl. And she is emotionally a wreck. She has gone through a lot. I think that she needs to be in therapy. And right now, between Key-Rock's behavior and EB's behavior, this girl is being treated terribly. I think that she is being harassed. She is being stalked for sure. She is being gaslit. She is being emotionally and mentally abused. And where does this stop? Where does this end? WeTV needs to step up and protect this girl and let them know that this is not okay. I don't like this treatment that she is receiving. Oh, EB has way too much time to investigate this girl. EB, at this point, it's time for you to get a fucking job. Get a girlfriend. Get a hobby. Get a motherfucking life. This is irritating me so bad. This child, and I'm calling her a child because I'm older than her and I have a child that is a year younger than her. She doesn't deserve this. She really doesn't. I do not love it. Even if she is cheating on Key Rock with 100 people, she still doesn't deserve this bullshit. Brittany, for your own sanity, for your own safety, for your own well-being, get out of this relationship. Get away from this clown group. Something is not right. You are actually being stalked by EB. I do not believe that Carla was lying. I think that Key Rock was absolutely in a fight in that jail. And now EB is taking up for him, propelling the lie. The way EB talks to her, questioning her, checking her whereabouts, he speaks to her as if he is her probation officer or her warden, or that she's a 16-year-old child and he is her parent, wanting to know where she's been, who she's talking to. She is not your girlfriend and you don't have any business questioning her. And so many times I'm yelling at the TV and I'm saying to myself, Brittany, tell him to stay the fuck out of your business and that you don't owe him shit. And on your way out the door, stop by your local police department to file a restraining order against this stalker. And EB came right out and said it to her face that I'm following you, I'm watching you, I'm stalking you, I live around the corner. Really? Perfect. I'm glad we have this on camera now so I can take this to the police so they can know that Four Dreads is following me, harassing me. You have got to find you a life. You've got to go on some damn where. At some point, Brittany starts crying, talking about people judging her, and she doesn't like this. Key Rock is the first person that didn't judge her, and she hates that EB doesn't like her and that she's being rude to her. She's being very aggressive. No, ma'am. I need you to buck up, stand up for yourself, and say enough is a fucking enough. This girl deserves better than this. This breaks my heart. I really can't stand it. And if she was cheating, she should. I mean, if you were in a relationship when you and Key Rock broke up and now you're back with Key Rock, if that other guy was a good person, go back to him. Shit, I'm tired. This is ridiculous. You need to find somewhere to be. And wherever you go, please leave this goof troop. They are ridiculous. Moving on. Vanna and Jake. Oh, God. This girl is out of her damn mind. She has crossed the threshold from just being delusional and desperate to just being psychotic or a sociopath, something. I don't know. I didn't study psychology in school, but I mean, something's wrong with her. She is out of her damn mind. Just the day before, Jake told her that he didn't want to live with her when he got out of jail and that he wanted to explore other women and especially explore the sex with other women. And she is at a bridal shop with her two best friends talking about she's going to buy herself a wedding dress and she's going to show up to the prison tomorrow and make him marry her. I said, what now? Repeat it. She's crazy. She's crazy. I'm going to tell you right now, every one of those dresses that she tried on, I thought they were ridiculous. And I thought she looked ridiculous. I mean, even the final dress that she chose that she says she's going to show up at the prison, when you show up at the prison wearing this ridiculous dress and then you tell him that you're there to marry him, what are you going to do when he kicks you out of there and says he no longer wants to have this visit and takes you off his visitor list? What are you going to do then? Talking about she knows that, he says that he wants to see other people and he wants to live on his own, but it doesn't matter because for her, she believes in unconditional love. Well, I think that's great for you, but he doesn't love you is what it sounds like. This man has said 50 times, I don't want to marry you. So you're just going to show up and make him marry you? I just can't. I just can't. You know what? I just don't think that I've ever seen anything like this. Nothing. I mean, I couldn't imagine getting my best girlfriends together and going out trying on wedding dresses and then just hoping that this dude that told me 11 times that he didn't want to marry me would just go ahead and do it. No, what's going to happen is your feelings are going to be broken. And her friend even said, she said, well, what if he does marry you? But then he gets out of jail in 5 years and says, bye, Felicia, because he wants to be with somebody else. What if she goes to the jail and shows up there with her wedding dress, and then she finds out that another reason he doesn't want to marry her is that he's married to somebody else? There is so much to unpack here, but I wish she would unpack it at a therapist's office. Girl, I'm sick of you. Anyway, peeps, I'm exhausted. COVID is kicking my ass. Anyway, until next time. Bye.